I decided to put these microwavable SunnyBay hand warmers to the test to see if they could help with hand arthritis pain. Now, as an occupational therapist and a certified hand therapist, and someone who also has thumb arthritis herself, one of the first things I recommend when hands are painful or stiff is using heat. It helps loosen up your joints, improves your blood flow, and it just makes it easier to move without pain. So when I saw what people were saying about these heated mittens, I wanted to get my hands in these literally. So here are a few of the reviews that really stood out for me. Now, one person wrote, 5 stars. I have nerve damage and no feeling in my index finger and thumb. This causes those digits to feel ice cold to the point of pain. This glove provides just the right amount of warmth to soothe that pain. Another 5 stars. After long hours on my laptop, this hand warmer is the perfect way to relax and unwind. The heat is intense and lasts for a long time. I'm gonna just read 2 more. Another 5 stars. My hands get stiff and ache a lot, especially in the colder months, and these warmers give me relief and soothes my hands in a short amount of time. And this last one made me smile. For the first time, my husband's hands were warm. He was so happy. I thought he was going to cry. Now, that might not seem like a big deal to some people, but when your hands hurt, a little warmth is the difference between being able to move your hands or not. So, of course, I had to try these out for myself. Now, I popped these in the microwave for about 40 seconds each. I decided to do just 1 mitten at a time because the instructions stated a max of 40 seconds of heating time. Plus, I wanted the heat to be evenly distributed between the 2 mittens. Now, right away, I noticed the material feels really soft and smooth against my skin. It's not rough or scratchy at all. It actually feels pretty calming. I can tell it's made of a higher quality polyester, and I can feel the heat on my fingertips and my palm and my wrist, and I can even feel the heat around my whole thumb, which is really nice because a lot of hand warmers don't have that separate thumb compartment. It just feels like the heat is hitting all the right places. Now, while your hands are warming up, you could just sit back and relax, or maybe sip on your morning coffee. But what I really like is that I can still move my fingers and thumb while these are on. And that's not something that you get all the time with other hand warmers, because a lot of them will start slipping or sliding off when you start moving around. But that combination of heat and motion is something I recommend to almost everybody with stiffness, because it really helps get your fingers and thumbs moving, makes them feel less painful, and can even increase your range of motion. But even if you're moving around your house, they have this elastic around the wrist that prevents it from slipping or sliding around too much. A lot of other mittens I've seen are wide open around the wrist, or they have straps that you have to mess with, but this one holds really nicely in place while it's still easy to slip your hand in and out of. Now, this heat doesn't feel too intense for me either. I think 40 seconds is perfect, but you could always adjust your time if you think it's too hot. Another thing I notice about these hand warmers is that they're not very heavy on my hands. I think the whole thing weighs a little over a pound each. And that combination of the warmth and the weight is actually pretty comforting. It's almost like a warm compress that hugs your joints rather than uncomfortably pushing against them. Now, as far as when the best time is to use heated mittens, it really depends on the person and your activity level of the day. I usually recommend using something like this in the morning when your hands feel really stiff, or even after a long day of typing when your hands might feel achy and cold. You can even use them before playing golf or gardening or even pickleball, anything that requires your fingers to have a really good grip. Because 10 to 15 minutes of heat beforehand can help warm them up and improve your flexibility, and maybe it can even improve your game. But if you happen to overdo it, because let's be honest, that does happen, you can even toss these in the freezer and use them as cold packs when you get home. That's perfect for calming down sore joints or inflammation after an active day. That contrast of heat before activity and cold after is actually one of my favorite recovery routines for keeping ahead of the stiffness that arthritis can cause. Now, a few other things that you might find helpful is that these mittens are filled with unscented hydra beads that retain the heat from the microwave. And they're stitched into these little sections, which helps keep the warmth distributed throughout your whole hand, from your fingertips to your palm and even to your wrist on the front and back of your hand. But they're not stitched so tightly, you can still move the beads around so you can direct the heat where you want it. And actually, those beads make this super easy to clean. You can just hand wash this whole mitten with mild soap and water and let it air dry. There's no removable packs that you have to take out and to wash. I struggled putting those back in anyway, so it's very easy to clean. And just a quick note on sizing. Each of these mittens is designed to comfortably fit most hands. So they're intended for small to large size hands, but if you have extra large hands, they might feel a little tight for you. But I'm happy to share that SunnyBay is adding an extra large size, so I know many of you will appreciate that, so keep an eye out for that. So are these heated mittens really the best for hand arthritis relief? I'd say yes. They're soft, they warm up all the right places, and in fact, I've been here for about 10 minutes or so, and I can still feel the warmth throughout my hands. You can move in them, you can move with them. I think these mittens can be great for anyone dealing with hand arthritis, thumb arthritis, stiffness after surgery, Raynaud symptoms, which causes severely cold fingers, nerve pain, even joint achiness caused from sports or your favorite hobbies. Basically, if your hands are always cold or they ache or they tighten up, these can help you move with less discomfort. And as an occupational therapist and a certified hand therapist, I am always looking for affordable, effective tools that actually make a difference. And this one checks all the boxes. Plus, I love that this company is a small women-owned business. I've met the owner, and as a busy mom myself, I really appreciate her dedication to creating simple, practical, quality products that support everyday people managing hand pain. Now, if your hands could use a little extra warmth, relief from stiffness, or just a moment to relax, these microwavable heated mittens are worth checking out. And honestly, they would make a really thoughtful gift for anyone whose hands work hard every day. I'll link where you can find these here and in the description box below. Now, if you found this video helpful, do please give it a like and hit that subscribe button below. Until next time, thanks for watching.